Good evening and welcome back to your members area here at Valuerater, and just a reflection of what has been today's racing at Kempton. We had two selections for you. The first one came in the first race at Kempton. We didn't have to wait long. With mixed delights in this that stayed on well enough at advertised at 9-1, actually returned 10-1 each way. It was beaten 13 lengths in the way. Blinkers on for the first time. It doesn't watch most of the journey. I was thinking that because it was coming back in trip, blinkers on for the first time, I thought they might try and lead and make it a stamina test, but nothing of it. Held up at the back of the field, jumped particularly well, travelled really well into the race, similar as he did actually last time at Wincanton, and he loomed up on the home bend, which is what, 3 out, and you're sort of getting a little bit excited that you're in with it here, but in the end he just made a mistake 2 out, and that really scuppered his chance. But to be honest, he would have never ever beaten the winner, Present View, and I just thought Dennis O'Regan just gave him time and allowed himself to give him time just to get the horse back into a rhythm, came down and stayed on to finish third. I think the form is to take a very positive view. I mean, Present View, he certainly I'd certainly missed him on my ratings. Obviously that form behind Railway Dillon at Bangor at 3 miles must have a good look over that form. But nevertheless, I do think there is going to be a day still. I just think this Mixed Delight finds himself well handicapped and just keeps on running into horses. But no doubt, I'd imagine getting into the spring he might find some easier opportunities, but that was okay. So we got we made a bit of a profit with investment there, and then we came to the 350, which was the Brightwell chase, and it was won by Barry Legend at 28-1, which was right surprise result for me. I said before, I think a lot of these horses didn't have the required class. It might turn out to be decent form. I just have my doubts for this level of grade 3, whether it was really up to that. But let's just talk about Valuerater, my selection. I mean, it was at the back of the field. It was always in the last pair. He jumped slowly at times. For me, couldn't go the gallop. He's clearly better than what he's ran to there today. His form behind was the Rainbow Hunter was all there for everyone to see that day. But he hasn't ran his race. Maybe it was a step up in class. Maybe he just was having an off day. Maybe he's not suited to the demands and the speed of Kempton. But either way, he was very disappointing, and before I could invest in him again, I'd have to see him come back to some form. So it wasn't to be there, so I'm not sure about anyone else. I basically was a bit level today on the selections on the website. So it's been a more positive week, certainly, when it was last week, and hopefully we can continue the goodish run we've had this week into next week. Just to say, there'll be no selection tomorrow. And there will also be no selection Monday, and there's a possibility, only one race on Tuesday, but at the start of the week it is very it's not when I say very poor fare, it's not my kind of grade of race, and obviously I can't concentrate only on races of class 3 and above, and there's not many opportunities to do that on Monday and Tuesday. But towards the end of next week, that's the time when we normally start having our investment. So do have a look back on Tuesday. I think there was one race, I think it was Leicester, that looked maybe a decent novice chase, and hopefully now we've got a bit brighter weather, the field will hold up a bit better. We've had desperately small fields, and that always makes it tricky with your investment, because you're always on win bits only, and if you've got a couple in the field that you fancy, then I don't really like getting too involved. I like to have the value of the cushion of the each way. So anyway, whatever you're doing for the rest of the weekend, I'm just off out to dinner tonight, so I'm looking forward to letting my hair down there, but I'll be back next week, and I hope to see you then. Have a good weekend.